Good evening, and welcome to Coming Attractions, a presentation of Garbage Theater. I'm your host Chase with my co-hosts Blake and John.
Greetings.
Whatever.
Coming Attractions is where we pitch the movies at stake for next week's contest, but rest assured, folks, we didn't pick these movies to be enjoyable. This week it'll be yours truly versus Blake as we prepare for Garbage Theater Presents Desert Heat.
Boo.
Silence.
Yeah. I mean, what do you want us to say?
Folks, I just want to let you know, in the past week since I dropped the Sword of Vandammecles, there has been more salty bitching than I've ever heard for any movie we have watched on this podcast. From the person that's currently in first place, mind you.
It doesn't matter. I know I've threatened this in the past, but I think I'm over it. A switch was flipped in my mind, and I don't know what to do anymore.
Well, folks, if you're a listener and you'd like to be a host on Garbage Theater,
there's going to be an opening.
Jesus.
Well,
I'm salty. I'm salty because I got all 5 questions right. I did it all right. You know what I mean? Like,
you get no sympathy from me.
I did everything right.
No sympathy, because that boat was going 17 knots, and that one question turned the tide of everything.
Oh my god! I'm gonna find the clip. I'll put it on the Facebook page. Said the top speed was 30 knots. I don't know what to tell you.
Well, the top speed that the boat actually went was 17.
Oh my god!
Had that question been properly done, there may have never been a Sword of Vandammecles, and we'd be getting ready next week to talk about a monkey throwing grenades.
But alas. So who wants to go first?
Hey, wait, before we get started, I have something I want to talk about real quick.
Okay.
On another sort of like, what's the word here? Buttoning up an issue that we talked about on Mosquito.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of research about the 2 actors that claimed they fought in Vietnam.
Okay.
Now, if you'll remember, we thought that Parks maybe could have.
Yeah.
Right.
And that Hendricks definitely couldn't have.
Right.
Yes.
So I found out that actor Steve Dixon, who played Parks, and is also British, if you can believe that.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, he was born in Manchester.
Wow.
He was born in 1956, making him 9 years old in 64.
Okay.
So there's no way he could have fought in Vietnam.
Yeah, no way.
Right.
Ron Ashton, who played Hendricks, we said again, who definitely could not have fought in Vietnam, was born in 1948.
Oh my god.
Makes him 8 years older than Parks. And 16 years old in 1964. Which puts him within
the range to lie about his age and get in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the war went on for a few years, so he could have ended up.
Yeah, towards the tail end.
It's a possibility, yeah.
Yeah.
So that man was 47 years old in Mosquito.
Who is he again?
Hendricks.
Who is he again?
the goofy Parker.
The goofy, guy. Yeah, that went down to the basement.
Oh. What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, so I thought that was pretty...
Yeah. Threw us all for a loop there.
Yeah, so that's it.
Well,
just wanted to clear that issue up.
Put to rest.
Well,
yeah.
I'll sleep better.
Yeah. I think we all will.
So, Coming Attractions this week. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Such enthusiasm.
Yeah.
Poor Blake.
Like I said, I'm broke. I'm a broken man. So, which is going to seem strange with my pick. It's from 2012, and it stars Kung Lee of failed UFC fame and Jean-Claude Van Damme.
What?
It's called Dragon Eyes.
Dragon Eyes.
Has nothing to do with dragons and or eyes, but...
My God, folks, Blake is picking a JCVD movie. I really do think we've pushed him over the edge.
Something's up.
I think so. So, it's about some neighborhood called St. Jude or something. There's gangs, two groups of gangs there. And Kung Lee shows up, and I guess he fights him. And Jean-Claude Van Damme is supposed to be like a Mr. Miyagi character, I guess.
Okay, so it's older Van Damme.
Yeah, it was in 2012.
Yeah, this is a recent one.
Yeah, so that makes Van Damme, by my math, 175 years old.
Do you think he could have fought in Vietnam?
No. Because where's he from? Brussels?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't fight wars. Anyway, I got 3 reviews that I thought were kind of funny. There are many ways how to ruin an action/martial arts film, and that's all it says. How does Jean-Claude Van Damme get back to stardom? Not like this. And this was just... I chuckled for this one. It is quite obvious the budget did not leave room to hire someone for Van Damage control.
Jesus.
Apparently he doesn't do his own stunts or something. Like, I was reading some comments about it. Like, he isn't even doing his own stunt work in the movie.
Oh, he's Seagal in it now.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't even think he's the main character. I'm guessing Kung Lee is Dragon Eyes and not him. I don't know. Remains to be seen what all that means.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, he's an old man now.
Yeah, I mean, he did it longer than Seagal did.
Yeah.
Like doing like legit before stand-ins came in with a completely different build.
Well, and I'll tell you, I mean, first off, to for some reason take up for JCVD, at least he's an actual martial artist.
Yeah. There's that.
I mean, he just stayed in better shape, which allowed him the longevity over Seagal.
Yeah,
Seagal basically does. He's basically doing the 3-card money in a gi. I mean, there's nothing there.
He chose the laziest of the martial arts.
Yeah. He chose Arby's.
That's a good one. So that's my pick. I'm not too excited about it.
Okay. So my new theory, this is my new theory on what Blake's doing here, is he's so resentful of this, he's going to cram as much JCVD back down my throat as he possibly can.
No, that's not what's happening. I'm a broken man, Chase.
He's just rolling over and accepting it.
Let's just turn it into a Jean-Claude Van Damme podcast.
I will tell you this. Stay tuned for the Garbage Theater episode, because all will be explained in why I picked Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Well, I've got more questions now.
Yeah, I'm waiting with bated breath here.
Yeah, in the same melancholy tone as I delivered that pick. You can expect hour and a half of that. I'm not going to be my chipper self that I usually am.
Jeez, the mystery. The mystery has me on the edge of my seat here.
Yeah.
This is like that Who Shot Mr. Burns, man.
I'm telling you. So all I can say is, about 3 minutes into this movie, something happened, and I can't explain it. But I think I'm done.
Chase, what if he liked it like a whole lot?
That was my first instinct, was that his thing, like his revelation, is that he's enjoying these movies now.
Yeah, and recognizing that has broken him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
We'll have to stay tuned then and figure out what happened.
Okay.
I'd be more excited about it, but I can't.
Because you'll give it away.
Probably. I'm not that clever. Just go ahead and do your pick.
So I'm going to do this a little differently, because I found two movies that are equally worthy of picks. And since, you got me actually feeling bad about this, I'm going to let you pick which one it is, which one I'm going to actually put forward. And I'm going to do that by reading one review from each, and then you guys can pick.
Okay.
Discuss amongst yourselves. Okay. The first movie has a review better than Lord of the Rings.
You want me to quit.
The second movie has a review The Adventures of Han Solo's long-lost redneck cousin.
Oh my god.
So there it is. Discuss amongst yourselves, and I'll read the one that you guys decide on.
Here's my thing. Number one, and I may get crucified for saying such a thing, not a big fan of Han Solo to begin with. I don't see the appeal.
You don't see the appeal of a cool ass dude, the smuggler dude?
Okay, a little backstory on Blake. He's dark side all the way.
Yeah, this is
to his bones.
Yes. So I don't see the appeal of Han Solo. Matter of fact, I was giggling when I found out that the Han Solo spin-off movie was having all kind of problems. But then again, for someone to sully the name of Lord of the Rings.
Now, I'll tell you, there's a big backstory behind that review that you'll get if you pick that one.
This is a tough choice for me.
I'll leave it to John, just because I'm not going to be here for that movie anyway. So y'all will be initiating a new guy for that one.
So should I torture Blake with the better than Lord of the Rings movie?
I won't be here to take part of it. So whatever you want to do,
you pick it, John. It's in your hands.
I don't like this pressure. I'm not good at pressure, I guess. Because I'm trying to glean what the genre is. You know, I mean,
it seems like pretty obvious.
It seems like it's pretty obvious, but
yeah,
I'll go ahead and tell you it's very obvious.
Okay, all right. Big fan.
Kind of.
Okay. Let's go with the Lord of the Rings.
The Lord of the Rings it is. I'll save the other one for another day. All right, so we will be going with 2011's Orcs! Exclamation point.
Jesus Christ.
With a 3.6 on IMDb and a 10% on Rotten Tomatoes. Tagline, they will eat your face off.
It's a horror movie?
No. Directed by Andrew Black, who, while he doesn't have many directorial credits, he is a writer for Netflix's Narcos.
Oh, well, that's a plus.
So that's something. Starring Adam Johnson from Dudes and Dragons, The Christmas Dragon, and Canine Adventures, Legend of the Lost Gold.
I hoped it was Legend of the Lost Dragon. I hope he was only in dragon movies.
Also starring McLean Nelson from Dudes and Dragons and Dragonfire.
Yes.
Also starring Rennie Grames from The Christmas Dragon and
what the hell?
Canine Adventures, Legend of the Lost Gold.
Is this like some dudes that like all go to Renfest together and decide to make movies?
It could be. Synopsis. Faced with extinction, 2 park rangers are forced to defend a national park against hordes of rampaging orcs. It's unclear if the orcs or the park rangers are the ones that are facing extinction by that sentence. Ancient and long forgotten, these orcs are unleashed from the depths of the mountains, and they won't stop until we're all dead.
Sounds like a horror movie.
Go ahead. I'm just getting mad as you're reading it.
With a Lord of the Rings-sized runtime of 78 minutes.
I got nervous for a second when you said that.
And a budget of
10 hours.
And a budget of $150,000. Trivia. This movie teaches us that orcs wear helmets not only to protect their heads, but to also avoid putting on facial prosthesis every day.
Nice. Do they just have orc masks hanging from their helmets?
Yeah, full suits of armor just growling, and that means orc. Reviews. Review number 1. Fun little moron movie.
That's right up our alley.
Wait a minute. Who's the moron? Is the movie the moron? Am I the moron?
I think we're the morons.
All of the above. Okay, now here's where it gets good. So the very first review of this movie on IMDb was better than Lord of the Rings. The next review of this movie was not better than Lord of the Rings. Now, I'm going to read in entirety the better than the Lord of the Rings review because it is fantastic.
You don't need to read the not better or the not better than Lord of the Rings because I'm the one that wrote it.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the better. It's a 10-star review, better than Lord of the Rings.
Holy shit.
This is the movie we have all been waiting for. If you like fantasy movies like Lord of the Rings, Willow, and the likes, you surely won't be disappointed about this movie. The setup are excellent. Casting and acting, superior. The computer effects, truly brilliant.
Whoa.
The movie is about two park rangers that come face to face with orcs as we know them from Lord of the Rings. Will they survive, or will the orcs win? Now here's the part. If you are as lucky as I was that the movie came with the virtual reality helmet, you are in for a fascinating experience.
What?
Hold on.
What?
This is a VR movie?
Wear the helmet, relax, and watch as the world around you turns into a fantasy setting with you in it. I've seen a lot of movies in my life, but this is not just any other movie. It's beyond that. It's a life in a movie. Your life. What are you waiting for?
This is insane.
After extensive research, there was nothing VR related with this movie ever, ever, ever.
Is it weird that, like, all of a sudden I'm intrigued by that review?
I don't know what to make of that.
Or maybe,
Somebody's trolling.
Maybe.
There's no way.
Maybe the guy was actually an extra in the movie, and when they put him in the full armor, they told him it was a VR helmet. And he was really in the movie just from his point of view.
This one unfortunate soul,
Yeah.
just and all the extras thinking it was real.
Yep, he thought he was just wearing a VR helmet.
That's the best explanation I could think of.
I mean, what else could there be, considering there is no VR movie of this? I don't know.
You can find this on Amazon, so you don't have to watch a cheap, fuzzy copy on YouTube.
It's been a while since we watched a movie of some sort of fidelity.
Oh yeah, mine's on Amazon. I forgot to mention that. So
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's my pick.
All right. So first off, orcs don't come from mountains. That kind of bothered me.
So from what I can tell, there's just a fully equipped, ready to rock army of orcs just chilling inside of a cave in a mountain, waiting to be released.
It's Cowboys versus Dinosaurs all over again.
Well, I am intrigued.
Yeah. Is there any indication that it's like tongue-in-cheek? It's like a comedy?
I think if it is, it's going to be Field Freak level tongue-in-cheek. Like,
I mean, it's park rangers fighting orcs with an exclamation mark.
It's going to be there, but I doubt it's going to land. Because, I mean, we were worried about Field Freak going into it. Like, this clearly looks like it was made to be bad. And I think we all know what happened after we watched Field Freak.
Yeah, we got Swamp Ape.
Yeah, that led to Swamp Ape. So what the hell is this going to lead to? Now, before I settled on these two movies, the first one I was going to pick, which I didn't pick, was lower quality than Swamp Ape.
Oh no! Come on.
How?
It legitimately looked like it was shot on a shoulder-mounted VHS camcorder, and the special effects were mwah. I have a GIF of it, and I'll put it up on the on our social channels on Facebook and on Twitter so you can see what I didn't subject you guys to.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we had a rule in place now about movies like that.
Yeah, after watching the trailer for it a couple times, I said, we can't do this.
Yeah. We call that rule the Blake rule, volume
The Blake
2.
rule. Subsection, subsection B.
Yeah. Well, you won't have to worry about that too much longer. Y'all gonna be dealing with Frank or whoever y'all hired at the place.
Frank?
Yeah. I'd like to be replaced preferably by a man named Frank.
Well,
Frank's only, please. On the
So if your name's
ad.
Frank and you're free on to watch crappy movies, send us your application.
Yeah. Non-Franks need not apply.
That's right. Only Franks. And not Frank Lynn's, just Frank.
It has to be Frank on your birth certificate.
Correct.
Okay, so that's that. Our movies at stake are Dragon Eyes and Orcs.
You gotta say, it's got an exclamation point at the end, Chase. You can't just say orcs. Orcs!
I didn't enunciate that last line when he says, "What are you waiting for?" He's got like a couple of question marks and exclamation points behind that, so he's really he's getting that point across.
What are you waiting for?
What's gonna be funny is if we do have to watch that, in the background we'll probably hear that guy saying that review to himself out loud because he's in the background. And so, like, before a big battle, it's gonna be,
this is like life in a movie. My life. Cut. God damn it.
Frank was talking again.
Hold on, the director's talking to me.
Well, that's it, folks. The stakes have been raised, so be sure to tune in next week when we return with the Garbage Theater Presents Desert Heat. I'd like to thank everybody that's been listening to us, and if you could take a little time out of your day and leave us a review on iTunes, we would very much appreciate it. While you're there, you can go ahead and subscribe so that you can get all of our latest episodes the moment that they go live. You can like us on Facebook at facebook.com/garbagetheater. You can follow us on Twitter at @garbage_theater. Also, if there's a movie that you would like to suggest to us, we're open to suggestion. You can let us know by contacting us on either our Facebook page, Twitter, or you can email us at garbagetheaterpodcast@gmail.com. And we will see you next week, everybody.
Bye.